Hello viewers, and you join us on a recap of what to expect at a Porsche World Roadshow event. So the last Porsche World Roadshow in Malaysia happened 4 years ago in 2021, and now back for its second iteration, we were offered the chance to drive the 4RS, Spider RS, and 992 GT3 RS. In total, there were 14 cars to be experienced, subject to weather conditions because of Sport Cup 2 tyre limitations in the wet, and also the condition of the off-road course. We'll come back to that later. The format of the day is quite simple. 4 groups of 10 drivers rotating around 4 activities. Carl and I were put into Sepang group, and we began with the sporting SUV and passenger car group. The first car we drove, the Macan GTS. I might make myself vomit. We shall see.
But don't make me vomit.
I will. If I vomit, you vomit.
Oh, God damn it.
We do things together.
Vomit.
I like the Macan platform, more so the GTS since it has an even more sporting character than the S. This is a 2.9 twin-turbo V6 with 430 horsepower and 550 Nm. It felt punchy and light on its feet. After my 2 laps, Carl took over and pushed the car a little more than I did. The GTS demonstrated good body control in both low and high speed corners, and just to put things into perspective, this is a 2+ ton SUV staying with a Panamera with the same engine, that is, in the drag races you see here.
In the Panamera.
In the Panamera.
Yes.
Next was the Panamera 4. It has the same engine as the Macan GTS, but a slightly lower state of tune with 350 horsepower and 500 Nm. It was very obvious that this car is tuned more for comfort and high-speed stability in cruising, but in usual Porsche fashion, still able to deliver thrills. I do like this latest generation a lot, and a Sport Turismo would be really nice, but I think they've stopped making these now.
So this thing has a very weird feeling. It feels heavy from the back.
Yeah. Like the rotation.
Yeah, there is none. Like it feels like the rear is totally planted.
Yep.
And the front is kind of like
wandering a little bit.
what it wants.
With only a few turbo GTs in Malaysia, getting to try one on track was a big deal. It's hard to believe something this big can move so fast.
So what do you think of the Turbo GT? Nice. Nick says nice.
Here we go. I was bracing.
I know.
I was bracing for you to go for it.
Oh, brake pedal's long.
Right? You gotta get into.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's why I panicked the first time.
Yeah. Jesus. The regen feels weird.
Yeah.
And the brake pedal, obviously, it's together with.
It's like 2-stage.
Yeah.
Both of us enjoyed
Really
the
feel it.
dynamics and technology of the Taycan Turbo. You don't feel the 2.3 tons of mass, and personally I'd have one in Sport Turismo style. So I guess my wish came true for a Sport Turismo. The next experience was launch control in a full-fat Turbo S. I was not ready at all. The first run was in sport mode, and on launch I was pinned into the seat and half blacked out. For the second launch in Sport Plus, I was a little more prepared. I was told the car had completed more than 600 launches thus far without any issues, and that is a real quality statement for Porsche. Just before lunch, we had the competitive element of the day, a timed slalom challenge in the Spider RS. This was by far my favorite car, and it turns out it did quite well. Sadly, this turned out to be the only RS we drive, as it began to rain and continued to rain well into the afternoon. For safety reasons, any cars on Sport Cup 2 tyres were removed from the lineup. We hoped the rain would stop, but alas, this was not the case, and this is Brian's run in the Spider RS.
At least this is a very nice spec turbo. I like this combination.
Lunch turned out to be superb, and there was a real debate between eating more and the potential dangers of a full stomach going round the track again. Anyway, rain continuing, our hopes of driving any of the RSs were dashed. So the first 992 we drove on the wet circuit was a 992 Turbo Coupe This car had a really nice interior spec with contrast leather and houndstooth fabric. The water level on track meant that we couldn't really push very hard. Nevertheless, we leaned on the all-wheel drive system and wet drive mode to keep us pointing in the right direction at all times.
Please adapt driving style.
Stop being such a twat.
The car tells you off.
Yes. Seriously sped.
The next car was another 992 Turbo, this time a Ruby Star S convertible. I think this would be the perfect car for a New Zealand South Island road trip, with the roof down to consume nature, but actually maybe a base Carrera T might be enough, given the strict speed limits. Again, the all-wheel drive system provided sure-footedness in the wet, but even Carl's smooth driving style triggered a reminder from the safety system.
Ah! You get told off too.
I've gotten told off too.
I'm not the only Wally in the car. This is on video.
and I was driving so smoothly.
All the cars so far were all-wheel drive, so this local right-hand drive 992 C2S was the only exception. The lack of front drive didn't feel very obvious in the 992, and I'm comparing that to my own 997 C2S and C4S that I've owned in the past. In the earlier generations, it was much more evident, and I've grown to love the security of the 4 in all conditions.
Much better than the other cars.
Now it's raining more again. A second ago it looked like there's blue sky there. Ah. It looked like it was drying out. Now it's raining more. God damn it. Brake pedal's very nice.
Nice, right?
Yeah.
Firm, very firm. It's up there with you.
This C4 GTS was the last sports car with drive of the day. The GTS range is meant to be the best of both worlds between S and GT, and I believe they do this very well. All the performance you need without the hard edge that will wear you out. The last two cars of the day are the Cayenne Base and S models. We were supposed to drive these off-road, however, given the amount of rainfall that you've seen so far, it meant that the steep incline and decline course became a mud pit and flooded to the brim, so we couldn't test the Cayenne's other capabilities. The Cayenne S does sound pretty good to make up for it, and psychologically for me anyway, I had more confidence driving the Cayennes a little bit faster in the rain than all of the 911s.
How are you feeling?
Still okay. I think in the wet, because we're going a lot slower,
Yes.
it's not so bad. Because in the dry, it grips harder, you've got more roll.
Oh yeah, for sure. In the dry, it's worse. I'm very surprised as to how much this transmission kicks you.
But that's just calibration, right?
Yeah.
We need calibrated to kick you that much. Sporty driving.
To round off the day, we were given taxi laps in the cars driven by the instructors. Each of us randomly picked a ping pong ball with a number written on it, so car number 1, 2 and 3 were the Turbos and C4 GTS, which would only take one passenger each, while number 4 and 5 were the Panamera and Taycan Turbo S. Carl and I both got number 5, which meant we were in the Taycan together. Our driver instructor Victor put on a masterclass of how to drive and what the car could do in the right hands. Mind you, this is the same car that hammered out launch after launch, and on the same set of tires for the day. It was something to remember. The whole cohort regrouped in the hall for prize giving and photos. My friend Sunny and I ended up taking home prizes from the challenge event. And out of coincidence, we also bumped into a celebrity driver in the other group. Some of you may recognize who she is. A big thank you to our instructor Cosimo for taking care of us throughout the day. Also, a big thank you to SDAP, Jack and Calvin from Porsche Malaysia, and Admi and his team of instructors. We look forward to the next PWRS in the future.